What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name's Phil. We're looking at a 2011 Toyota Highlander SE V6 all-wheel drive. It is my parents' car, so it doesn't get driven that much since my dad is 80 and my mom is in her 70s. So we've got 17-inch wheels here, 245, 65, 17s. What I like about this, you get a little bit of a tire. You get a little bit of a tire, so if you hit a curb or something, you know, you're good to go. Mid-size SUV, seats up to 7 people. We'll take a look inside. Okay, getting in. I'm 6 feet tall. Pretty easy. Plenty of room here, plenty of headroom. Okay, we'll turn it on. Fire up that 3.5 liter V6. What I like about this, it's not loaded with tech. You've got your speedometer, your tachometer, your fuel gauge, temperature gauge, mileage readout is digital. And look at that, only 24,047 miles. Radio controls. Right here you've got, if you look here, you've got a 3-inch screen, and that's also your backup camera. But this is easy. Big knobs. You gotta love the knobs. Easy to use. You can do this without thinking about it. USB, heated seats. The front seats are heated. You've got your 5-speed automatic, old school transmission, 12-volt power, snow mode, downhill assist control. Over here, your mirrors, traction control. Of course, your standard buttons on the door, for the windows, for the door locks. On the steering wheel, you've got some more buttons for volume, for the phone if you do want to connect the Bluetooth, which you can do. That's all you need, really. I mean, that's all I need. A glove box, plenty of room. You've got center console, plenty of space, some cubbies here. Old school sunroof, which is fantastic because these sunroofs just never break. These Honda and Toyota sunroofs. They're fantastic. Sunglass holder. We'll take a look in the back seat. Turn this off. Okay, so I'm 6 feet and I fit in here no problem. No problem at all. You have climate control back here. Some cup holders you can pull out. Power window controls, some cubbies. And in the back you do have another row of seats. We'll look in the back. Plenty of room back here, and under here you have access to, you pull these up, you have access to the 3rd row seat, which adds 2 more seats for small people or kids. And your spare tire, you can access your spare tire here. Plenty of room for groceries, taking trips, storage, whatever. We'll take a look under the hood. Guess that opened up. I didn't really hear a click. Yep, that's good. So you've got your 3.5 V6, 270 horsepower. I'm not sure the torque. I think it's around 260 foot-pounds, 270 foot-pounds. It's enough to get around. It's not fast, but it's enough power to get around town. And that's all you need with something like this. 24,062 miles. Pretty low miles for an 11. And that's because it's my parents' car. They're retired. Dad's 80 and he hardly drives anymore except to the grocery store, running errands, you know, stuff like that. Backing it up, not using the backup camera because I guess I'm old school like that. And that screen is flickering because it's LED, and for some reason it doesn't pick up. Some of the older screens don't pick up on camera. I don't know. Comment if you know why. But here we go. So this is the type of car that blends in with traffic. It's a soccer mom car, or just a standard SUV that people drive. They buy this because they want to buy something that is reliable, that's dependable, that'll hold its value. And that's why you buy a Toyota like this. You don't buy it to be cool. You don't buy it to race around town, or to, you know, look like you're making a lot of money or whatever. I don't know if you can hear the squeaks, but there's some squeaks in the seats. That's the one thing I don't like. I have a pet peeve about that. It's kind of annoying. Turn up here. Brakes are pretty good. This has electronic brake force distribution. The neighbor here, it's probably like, what the hell is that strapped to his head? And so the brakes are pretty good. Has pretty good sized disc brakes, 17-inch wheels, and you got a 65 series tire, so it's a pretty big tire. Sidewall anyway, which is good because you get that extra flex is good. If you hit a pothole, it protects the wheel, and that's one thing we've lost with modern cars and low profile tires, where you get better handling, but there are trade-offs for better handling. It's an old Dodge Neon. I haven't seen one of those in a while. So yeah, this is the type of car. It's not an enthusiast vehicle, but that's what makes it a great daily. That is exactly what makes it a great daily, because it's the type of car you're not going to be tempted to modify. It's not an exciting car, but it does what it's supposed to do extremely well, as good as anything else out there. It's cheap to insure, it's cheap to maintain, it gets you from point A to point B. It always starts. And it's a comfortable ride. It's smooth, it's not jarring. Anybody can drive this car. It's popular with the soccer moms. The newer ones are smoother. They do get better mileage, but they also have more tech, some unnecessary tech, I would say. And then you have to wind them up because they're mostly 4 cylinders now, I believe. Comment below. I think that they've moved to 4-cylinder turbo and then a hybrid as well. Although this did come with a hybrid model. The Highlander, this generation Highlander, did have a hybrid as an option. Test out the pickup. So it's decent. That's about half throttle. You know, it's not fast, but it gets going. It does what it's supposed to do, and the mileage isn't bad. This screen is showing 16.5, but that's because this is mostly used for short trips. On the highway, you'll get well over 23 miles to the gallon, I would say, which isn't a lot. It's not as much as the 4-cylinder. 4-cylinder ones, you're going to get closer to 30, but then you're also going to have to wind it up to make any power, and you know, it's just not the same. Turbo lag. I'm old school. I like a naturally aspirated motor. So if you could find one of these, they're getting harder and harder to find because people buy these and put a zillion miles on them. If you could find one and it's at a little bit of a premium, but it has a good service record, it's worth it, man, because it will save you money in the long run. You could drive something like this for years. For years. You can seat 7 people in here, although I wouldn't recommend that because it's just a mid-size SUV. It's comfortable for 4. 5 starts to get tight unless there are kids in the back. Beautiful day, beautiful winter day. Got an Amazon truck here. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I'm still practicing. I'm getting used to driving with this camera on my head and talking about cars. A lot of you probably know me from TikTok and Instagram where I talk about cars, but that's a lot easier because I don't have the distractions of driving. So bear with me. I appreciate you all, and we got a lot of fun stuff coming. I just joined the Washington Automotive Press Association, so hopefully we'll meet some new people, get access to some fun cars, and just have a lot of fun talking about cars, driving cars, and doing all things cars. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe, and stay tuned because we've got lots of fun stuff coming. See you next time.